I have hinted to you a secret concerning the mystery of the Sephirot, and that alone would suffice. Yet I shall add a few more words. The intention of our sages, when they spoke of the Sephirot, was to reveal hidden matters, to speak of mysteries through the language of the Sephirot, whether from the word number or narration or book. In the vision of the nobles of Israel, their purpose was to make known the concealment of the Blessed One, the strength of his perception, and the weakness of ours. They gave us a way to understand the actions that proceed from him and how they are ordered. For he, blessed be he, does not change. Just as sapphire has no color of its own, but only radiance, and receives all colors, one after another, so it is with the emanations that flow from the Creator. Thus, it is fitting to say 10 Sephirot from the word sapphire, or from number, as we have already explained its secret. Why 10? As the Sefer Yetzirah says, 10, which have no end. And they added something sublime. Their end is bound to their beginning. So too did the sages say. They named the Sephirot not, heaven forbid, as things apart from him, but to say the end of all things is intertwined with their beginning. Likewise spoke the language of the Hechalot. Rabbi Shimon hinted at this in his book, whose root is the secret of prayer to draw the absolute nothingness into the concealed realms, the hidden and the revealed existences. This variety of names and expressions comes from the disposition of the receiver, sometimes distant, sometimes near. For he acts with eternal constancy, while the recipient acts in perishable possibility. This is the meaning of the Hechalot. His combination is truth, and the stories about the Blessed One are but metaphor and parable, for speech cannot reach his essence. We can only describe him through the second cause, the intellect. And since he is above all things, for he is their cause, he does not fall under the senses, nor under imagination, nor under thought, nor under intellect or speech. For he is their cause. The hint from the Creator. A hint has been given from the Creator, blessed be he, regarding his powers and his union with them, the 10 Sephirot. For this number is noble and complete, since all counting proceeds up to 10, the number of wholeness. At 10, every count comes to its conclusion, and if you wish to begin counting anew, you cannot do so without beginning from 1. So it is with all reckonings. We have already said, there is no true union or separation in him at all, but the human being, being created, cannot conceive of perceptible things, except through attributes such as union and division. Yet none of these truly apply to him. They are but modes of our perception, not of his essence. He, blessed be he, is the 10, meaning the beginning and the end. And all is one. The distinctions that appear in speech, when we speak of him, exist only from our side to bring the matter closer to our understanding. Change and movement occur only according to the stirring of those below, yet he remains one, unchanged, as a judge who, with a single word, both acquits and condemns, yet himself does not change. The testimony of the Sefer Yetzirah. The Sefer Yetzirah testifies that 3 things were created by means of the 22 letters. The first, the world; the second, the year; and the third, the soul. The world consists of fire, water, and air, created by the letters Aleph, Mem, Shin. The 7 planets were created by Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Resh, Tav. And the 12 months of the year were created through the 12 constellations by the letters He, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod, Lamed, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Zadi, Kuf. This then is the totality of the world in all its details. The year proceeds from the world and is composed of heat, cold, and moisture, born of fire, water, and air through the same letters, Aleph, Mem, Shin. The 7 days of creation were formed from the 7 planets by the letters Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Resh, Tav, and the 12 months from the 12 signs of the zodiac by He, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod, Lamed, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Zadi, Kuf. Thus the year in its totality and its parts was established. The soul was created from the world within the universal year and its divisions. It consists of head, structure, and body, formed as well from fire, water, and air by the same Aleph, Mem, Shin. There are 10 gates, corresponding to the 10 celestial spheres, shaped by Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Resh, Tav, and 12 guides parallel to the 12 constellations by He, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod, Lamed, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Zadi, Kuf. The world and all that is in it are substantial. The year and its parts are accidental, and the soul and its members are corporeal. Among the nations called roots and foundations, 3 primordial things were also created: heaven, earth, and air. All 3 are bodies of the heavens, simple and clear, like fire; the earth, dense and turbid, like water; and the air, balanced and shared, like wind. Thus we have Aleph, Mem, Shin. The dragon, Tali, in the world, is as a king upon his throne. The sphere, Galgal, in the year, is as a king within his realm. The heart, in the soul, is as a king in battle. The Teli is like a living creature. Its head lies in one constellation, its tail in the one opposite, dash dash, stretching 180 degrees upon the circle of 360. Its head is merit, its tail is guilt, and its heart judges between them. The Galgal is circular with 2 extremes and a middle that mediates between them. And the soul is a single power added to the substance of the body, which moves the body by its essence, and moves with it accidentally. That power dwells in the heart. It is the form of the heart. Therefore the heart and the soul share one name. The soul too is called blood. The heart stands by the power of the blood. Blood is the first thing created and formed in man. Therefore Adam and Dam, man and blood, are bound by meaning. The letters divide into 3 groups. 3 are called mothers, Aleph, Mem, Shin. 7 are called doubles, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Resh, Tav, and 12 are called simples, He, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod, Lamed, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Zadi, Kuf. The author of Sefer Yetzirah called them letters of foundation, for they are the foundation of speech. Through them all things were made. They are fixed in the wheel of Torah, and emerge through 231 gates, front and back. This is the highest of all celestial spheres, the first in rank and in being. All upper and lower worlds are governed by it. Of this it is written, By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host. The author of the Sefer Yetzirah wrote, "The first Sephirah is one, the Spirit of the living God." And he said, "Voice, spirit, and speech." This is the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Whoever understands the essence of a created thing, in its three forms, book, writing, and story, which correspond to the heart, the mouth, and the scroll, will know how being flows from man, and will perceive its essence and the secret of its truth. From there, he will ascend to the knowledge of all things, the causes of existence, and he will understand them. Without the error of imagination, without conceiving falsehoods about his Creator. Then he will serve him with a true vision, for true service is the service of the heart. Know this also, that speech, dibur, is but radiance, for its root means guidance. The Aramaic translation renders, "And he led the flock behind the wilderness," as, "And he spoke with the flock." Thus medaber, one who speaks, also means one who leads. We have already explained that the division of letters is triple: 3 first, Aleph, Mem, Shin, 7 second, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, Pei, Resh, Tav, and 12 third, He, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yod, Lamed, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Tzadi, Kuf. These are the 3 degrees of existence, elements, planets, and constellations, from which all things were created. Know further that their origin lies in the 5 points of articulation in the mouth, corresponding to the 4 elements, and the 5th, the celestial substance, the whole of the heavens and their motions. There are 10 motions corresponding to the 10 revolving spheres upon which the life of every living being depends. Yet the Blessed One is above all. He is the living, the eternal. The alphabet of the 22 letters is the fundamental alphabet. The alphabet of 27, which includes the final letters M, N, T's, Pipo, K, was revealed by the prophetic seers, containing the mystery of the redemptions as taught in the chapters of Rabbi Eliezer. Their number, 49, alludes to the 50 circuits, the 50 gates of understanding. Moses, our master, attained 49 of them. 1 was withheld. To this the verse alludes, "And you shall see my back." He showed him the knot of the tefillin, but the face and the jaw. The first 3 divine emanations hint at, "My face shall not be seen, for no man shall see me and live." Of this the sages said, "What is hidden from you, do not inquire." Thus lies the final distinction between divine speech and human speech, even between it and its nearest likeness, the understanding within the heart. For one receives and the other gives. That one receives through thought. He gives without letters, without thought at all. His thought flows through Sephirot without substance, as he himself is without substance. The hearts before him are as parchment before us, matter bearing the forms of letters drawn in ink. So too are hearts and souls before him, as parchment and ink, and the word that issues from him is the comprehension shaped as letters, engraved upon the tablets of the covenant, written on both sides, on this side and on that. Hence they are called front and back. For thus is the form of perception inwardly deep, outwardly radiant, the secret of the divine word in man. Because of this, the verbal power found in the human species, which is the most exalted faculty in all of this lower reality. It is said that man was created in the image of God and in the likeness of God. Through this power, it becomes possible for him to know his own essence, and thereby to know something of the divine essence. For he is in the image and likeness of that same form, just as the great cosmic sphere is in the image and likeness of man. And upon that form there appears, from above, the likeness of man, that is, the angels. Thus the human intellect, which is at once the understanding subject, the object understood, and the act of understanding, becomes a single thing, undivided in the act itself. Concerning this secret it is written, "This day we have seen that God speaks with man, and he lives. And likewise, you speak with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die." If Moses speaks with them, imparting what is fitting for life, they live. But if the Eternal speaks directly, and they lack the capacity to bear his word, they die. So it was with Ben-Azai, who gazed and died. For the speech of the Blessed One is radiance of light, as we have said. Know then that every person perfected in soul, body, and intellect has the divine presence with him. He bestows one single flow upon all, yet they differ according to their degrees. Since this divine influence is boundless, immeasurable in its giving, as the recipients are immeasurable in their number. When you consider all who have lived, who live now, and who will live, it follows that this divine effusion, which reaches man, is nearer to the infinite than the influence that descends upon the heavens. For the heavens, though luminous, are bodies, limited, bounded, and measurable. But the human intellect that endures beyond the body has no limit, and thus no measure. Therefore, this noble act, the act of human intellect and divine reflection, is rightly ascribed to God himself. And so the Lord chose mankind as his portion, exalting him above the higher and the lower beings alike, because of his intellect. Thus we know that the active intellect within us, the intellect acting in act, is the Lord of all worlds, and none of the separate intelligences beside him. If this intellect within us is the 10th, then it is the all, for it is the one closest to the first cause in rank. Its special name is faithful forever, as the Kabbalists have known. Because its operation is last, its name corresponds to the final number. Because its rank is first, its name corresponds to the first number. And because its operation turns like the celestial sphere, revolving in a perfect circle, acting in that which was, is, and will be. That is, within the succession of human generations. Its name corresponds to the middle number, the circular number. The first number is the first extremity, the form of the first man. The last number is the final extremity, the form of the last man. And the middle number, 5 on one side, 6 on the other dash, represents humanity itself, the species between the particular individuals. Thus the first and the last are one, and the two in the middle are one through their union. And if the sphere is turned, the meaning reverses. The middle becomes first and last. The first becomes middle, and the last returns to the center. This is the mystery of the divine name, the glorious five. And as we find in Tractate Sanhedrin, chapter after civil law, the emperor said to Rabban Gamliel, "You say that when 10 sit together, the Shekinah rests among them. How many Shekinahs are there?" He called for his servant and struck him with a scroll. "Why," asked the emperor, "does the sun shine upon my servant's house?" Rabban Gamliel replied, "The sun shines upon the whole world, and if the sun which serves before the Holy One is good for all the world, how much more so the Shekinah, the matter of existence, or the matter of the name, is the letters, the matter of speech. Just as matter in creation exists in 5 places, in the four elements, and in the heavens. So speech exists in 5 parts of the mouth. And because some forms are particular and others universal, so too must motions be both general and particular. From the divine name itself, motion proceeds, general and particular alike. Therefore, the movement of the tongue and the movements of speech correspond to the 5 primal motions. The circular motions are the 3 celestial ones, from west to east, from east to west, and their inclinations to right and left. Though circular motion includes them all and is one in essence, there are also 2 linear motions, upward and downward dash dash, which are in essence one as well. Thus all motions are contained under the supreme genus of motion, whose first species are circular and linear. Under the circular, 3; under the linear, 2. 5 in all, and so it is with speech itself. Its motions mirror the motions of the cosmos, for from the movements of speech come forth the movements of the world.